Common issues with AWS Amplify Authentication can be frustrating and hinder the development process. To troubleshoot these issues, it is essential to understand the underlying concepts and best practices. First, let's start with the basics of AWS Amplify Authentication. Amplify provides a set of tools and services that make it easy to add authentication to your application. It supports multiple authentication providers, including Amazon Cognito, Google, Facebook, and more. One common issue with AWS Amplify Authentication is incorrect configuration of the authentication provider. To resolve this, ensure that you have correctly configured your authentication provider in the AWS Management Console. Verify that the client ID, client secret, and other settings are accurate. Another issue is related to the AWS Amplify CLI. If you are using the Amplify CLI to configure your authentication, make sure you have the latest version installed. You can check for updates by running the Amplify update command. Additionally, issues with user pool and identity pool configurations can also cause authentication problems. Ensure that your user pool and identity pool are correctly configured and linked to your Amplify project. You can do this by checking the AWS Management Console or by using the Amplify CLI. Best practices for AWS Amplify Authentication include using secure protocols for authentication, such as auth and OpenID Connect. It is also essential to handle errors and exceptions properly, and to test your authentication flow thoroughly. To troubleshoot common issues with AWS Amplify Authentication, you can check the AWS documentation and the Amplify Community Forum for solutions. You can also enable debugging logs to get more information about the issue. In conclusion, common issues with AWS Amplify Authentication can be resolved by understanding the underlying concepts and best practices. By following these steps and guidelines, you can troubleshoot and fix common authentication issues and provide a seamless authentication experience for your users.